Good morning, everyone. This is Curvy Laborte of Qdabra, and welcome to our weekly webinar. So today's topic is going to be exciting because we're going to talk about Microsoft Power BI. And I'm very happy to be with Kaoru Okumura, one of our techno project managers here. And she's going to show you how easy it is to build a report in Power BI, specifically a COVID-19 report, which you can use to analyze the number of cases in the US and also in other countries. She's also going to show you how you can publish the report to Sharepoint or web page. And we're also going to provide a free webinar package for you, including the report, so you can apply it to your own site. So before I give the mic to Kaoru, let's have a quick poll. And here, we want to know how many of you are familiar with Power BI. So all right, so some of you have created already some Power BI reports. 14% already use or see Power BI someone created, so that's good to know. And if you have questions regarding our topic today, feel free to add it in the question box and we'll answer them at the end of the presentation. So without further ado, let's give the mic to Kaoru. Kaoru?
All right. Thank you very much, Kirby. This is Kaoru Okumura, and I'm going to present how to create the Power BI for COVID-19 statistics. So today we are going to cover how to create as well as how to share it with your team members, client, or so on. And as Kirby mentioned, we are going to provide the exact package we are going to use in this demonstration. So anyway, it would be much easier to see than talk. So now, this is the one that I created, and now I publish this onto our website. This is on Qdabra.com. This is a public site. You can see and try. Let me talk a little bit about why this happens. Yeah, I wonder the statistic of COVID at the night time, and started this in my spare time after the work, because in our state, now I am in Washington State, and we use a kind of index to see if we can go to the next phase, because we are now in the lockdown. So first, state published the guideline that the index, which means that the new cases over the last 2 weeks per 100,000 residents need to be 10 or lower to move forward. The next phase, phase 2. In fact, they revised this to 25. But the news does not show the index. But I'd like to see. That's the reason I just started it. Now you can see that Washington State number seems like Yakima County is the very bad area. And other area, some area is under 10, some area under 15, and so on. And we are in King County, and let's see. King County shows nice data because we have really bad time at very beginning. And here is the epicenter in the US, but now it's almost reaching to 25. This gives me some kind of hope. Of course, we can process data on state basis. Seems like these are the bad cases in index, and general trend shows something like maybe New York shows a nice recovery here, but maybe some other mid-state like Texas shows this kind of trend. And how about worldwide? You can see, well, based on index for death, now Sweden is the worst. And interesting data I found is that it's a tiny country, but the worst case for index by location is quarter and Chile. And we can see something like this. It's very similar. So this is the package now I created. So in the next phase, I am going to show some tips, especially some tricky area in creating in this kind of data. So we can start from scratch. And the first thing is getting data. By the way, I share the data, data source as one of the panel, so you can try by yourself too. So, first tip is they are all CSV, but do not use select CSV. If you select CSV, the data was stored on your machine locally and cannot refresh. So you have to start selecting web. Then the first thing I have a kind of backup, something like this for today, is the URL. This is CSV style URL. In fact, you can just see this. Oh, it went downloaded without showing this. You can try this URL. I am using world data because that has much better column and so on comparing to US. And I think most column is well prepared on this data. Yeah. First, we check the data type, but it seems all right. Yep. So I am going to close and apply this data set. Now it takes longer than usual. Okay. Now you can see a lot of field here. And I start with adding the filter with location. I rather prefer drop down for the location. And maybe I start with United States. Okay, United States here. Okay, then you can start maybe some chart like an date and new cases. Okay, just new cases. Here we have to set date, not hierarchy, but just date. So this is really easy one, but this does not show the last 14 days or so on. So what I'm going to create a kind of another column showing And from here, select new column. And you can read this is this lookup the I need to do date and minus 14 by date. So I am going to apply this. Then also I am going to calculate the last 14 days case. And now what we'd like to see is get the total case minus 14 days before, which means that we are going to look up the total case with filter using the location is the same to the one we've already saved as a base location on the same location, and specify the day, which is base date 14 days before. Then I just add a kind of table to see if the calculation is working well or not, like an location data 14 days before. Selecting days. Yep. There's something wrong. So at the same time, you have to set the data type or format of date from the various selection like this. And 14 days case is somewhat wrong. Base added. Okay. No, it may work well. Okay. Then the next step is set the index, which means index is 14 days case divided by population by 100,000. And see if the index seems good or not. Yes, it seems like, because the current in US index is something like 90. So I can show another data with index with date and the index like this. Okay. Then I may add the forecast using this one, adding forecast with days, maybe 30 days forecast, and apply. So this now has no forecast. And let's validate this one, because we started with the United States, but I can select other one. Okay, some country shows increasing data, but if I select this for international, wow, now you have something really wrong like this. And then I'm going to start debugging this, because the index is really big, which means that this data has some kind of data for international, and we do not have population. So to exclude this kind of thing, I'd say index of best visual, filter on best visual as less than very big number, something like this, and apply. Now you can see the reasonable chart even for location all. And we'd like to add one more chart here using not this one, new chart here for a comparison of each country, which means that I'm going to select location, so many columns, location and index. Okay, here, index and okay, location, reverse. Yeah, good. So this is a comparison of the index by country, but I need to make sure because now index number is too big and this is sum, total sum. And I wonder, this provides some more average or maximum because we have a lot of dates for each country. But what we'd like to have is the today's index. So we have to select the latest day's one. And in fact, we need to add one more column here. With the latest. So this is another column using the location, current location, and compare the date of the line is bigger, is the maximum of the all data of the same location, and give true and false. And I am going to add this one as a filter for this chart and selecting only for the true one. Now again, international has an infinite one, so I'm going to add indexes less than a really big number. Okay, so this is how we can create this kind of PowerBI. In fact, worldwide case is much easier than a state or county because this has a lot of information. And what we are going to provide in the package is, in fact, we have more process and so on. So this is the PowerBI. And for US county or US states, we have a bit more preparation, but you can check it using various fields. So let me move into the third part of today's demonstration. So now you are going to get this package and how can you show or utilize this data. There are 3 or 4 methods. Easier one is using Power BI desktop or Power BI online. A little bit difficult one is putting this on your SharePoint page or web pages. In fact, the last one requires you have a Power BI Pro account and also need some setting on Power BI admin. I show this here so you can check it up when you're going to share. You have to ask Power BI admin of your company. So we have some instruction here for 2 cases. Just open the Power BI package with desktop or just go to the online and add new as an upload. But a little bit tricky one is for SharePoint and web pages. The first step is going to go to the Power BI online, which means here I'm going to sign in. First, you have to publish this Power BI online, and the next step is going to select the project for this one. This is the one, and I think, oh, this is new look. And they have new look, which has a different menu, and we have share. Here's the new one under embed and publish to web public is the location you can get iframe link, and save this one. Then the next step is I'm going to show you. Open your SharePoint modern page and add new web parts. They have the Power BI web parts. Then paste this iframe information into the embed code. And in case of your web page, you can just open your editor or so on to put the iframe code there. And the last step is set the dataset refresh, because the CSV is updated every day, and if you set the dataset refresh, you will see the latest data always. So, going to go back to the online version, and this time go to data, and here is data refresh, but you need to go to setting, and this is scheduled refresh. Oh, not this one. I will going to select COVID. I'm going to set 2 times refresh every day. Then also we need to set up the data source credential. In fact, Microsoft changed this only for a few days ago. In case of web, we can just set here. However, now we can set up a kind of semi-gateway using some kind of registration data like this. You can follow the instruction once you upload and set up the data gateway for web pages, just using anonymous and public. Okay, I have the information here. So this is the end of the demonstration today. And Kirby, do we have any questions?
Yes, so I don't see any questions right now. Thank you, Kaoru, for that wonderful demo. So if you want to learn more about Power BI, let us know by answering the webinar survey we'll be sending later. And please don't hesitate to reach out if you need help with Power BI. Qdabra is one of 11 certified Power Platform partners of Microsoft. We've done lots of Power BI reports for our customers, and we could also do the same for you. And if you have questions, feel free to chat it in the question box. So while we're waiting for your questions, I want to talk briefly about Forms Viewer. So it's the solution that we're offering for those who have invested in InfoPath. It allows you to move your InfoPath forms forward without having to rebuild them from scratch. And aside from that, it also provides these cool form features, which we have showed in our past webinars. We're continuously updating this app to provide more handy features that can help extend your forms. In fact, we just launched Forms Viewer version 5.1, so we encourage everyone to check it out. It's now available in the SharePoint App Store. And if you need help with your existing form projects, or if you're planning to migrate your InfoPath forms, just drop us an email at support@qdabra.com and we'd be happy to help. And right now, I don't see any questions in the question box, so I guess everything is clear to everyone. Thank you all for attending. We hope to see you again in our next webinar. Have a
Okay.
great day,
Yeah,
everyone.
thank
Thank you,
you and
Karen.
goodbye.
Oh, sorry. There's a question here from Shanta Kumar.
Mhm.
Um, she said, "What is Power BI template app?"
Wow, okay, good question. And yeah, I started seeing Power BI app icon in online, but haven't verified it yet. Sometimes they call just Power BI, existing Power BI as an app. For example, if we publish it, they says it's a kind of app. Mhm. But, well, sorry, I do not have exact answer to your question. If do you have any, okay, thank you.
All right. Thank you for that question, Shanta. And again, thanks everyone for attending. Have a great day, everyone.
Mhm.
Thank you.
Thank you and see you soon.
Thank you. Bye.